In this video, I will show you how to create an automated quoting system using Make. I will show you how I connect the different tools to Make, including Jotform and Airtable and their API keys, and you'll see how to build a proposal template in Google Docs. I also decided to leave some parts unedited so you can see how I deal with troubleshooting. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Okay, so let's get started. Now, the first thing that we need to do before we even start building the automation itself is setting up the infrastructure or all the components that will make the automation. So we'll start with the form, okay? And you can go to Jotform, create an account. If you don't have one, it's free. Click on Create, click on Form, start from scratch, Classic, and you're gonna give it a name, let's say Design Agency 2, save, perfect, name your form, so I don't know, service inquiry, you can name it whatever you want. This is what your prospects will see. Click here and let's start building the form. So first we'll need full name, then we can add short text for company name. Then we'll need their email, their phone number, and their services. So multiple select, we'll call it services. And I already created a list of the services in Airtable, so I'll go to Airtable and let's go to leads. I'll explain about the Airtable in a second. Go to manage fields, services, and I'll copy over the services because it must be exactly the same. Okay. And the last one. Perfect. Okay, now we want to make all of the fields that we want required as required. Company name, we'll leave it as not required. Email, phone, and services. Nice. That's the form. Now you go to Airtable and you create the tables themselves. So create a new base, call it whatever you want, and you'll need two different tables. One for leads. This is where leads from the form will come into. Okay, so we got the full name, company name, email, phone, services, and actually we can add notes in the form itself if they want to add any notes. Let's add another field called notes. Perfect. Okay, so this is where all this information will come into, and you want to create another table called prices. So here you'll have all your services listed with their respective prices. Okay, so in this scenario it's a social media agency with these services, and that's it for Airtable. Now we want to create the Google Doc that will be our template for the proposals. So just type docs.new and click on File, New from Template Gallery. Actually, maybe you could do it better from Drive itself, but it doesn't matter. Go here and select a template. Let's select this one, sales quote, and we'll remove this. We can remove, actually we can leave this as is. So we'll need to start changing this to be dynamic. So this will be static. So this is your name, your company, everything. Sales quote for, you can leave it as yeah, you can leave it like this. Quote number. This will be dynamic, so change it to double curly brackets, quote number, number, close curly brackets, double. Prepared for. Customer name will switch for, again, customer name. We can remove this. Prepared date. So this is the date of the proposal itself. So let's add date and expiry date. X date. And we want to change this table. We don't need quantity, so delete this column. We don't need the total here. Delete this column. We can stretch this and align it to the left side. And we'll want to delete these, actually all these rows, I think. Delete. Now here we'll write double curly brackets, list of services. Nice. We're gonna double click on it. We're gonna go to format. We're gonna go to paragraph styles, borders and shading. Click on bottom border. And you don't have to do this, but you can if you want. Choose color, and we'll make it a little bit wider. And click on apply. Now here below, we want to add the total. Okay, so this should be a table of all the services they selected with their respective price and the total price. Now we want to also double click on the text. Click on here, and you're gonna understand why after we create the automation, but we're gonna do a right tab stop. Sorry, a left one, a left tab stop. Left tab stop. Okay, let's align it, and we're gonna do the same for the total. Left tab stop, align it. Perfect. We'll call this service instead of item. Okay. The rest you can change it as you like, but I just want to show this part of the dynamic proposal creation. So we'll call this one sales quote. That's fine. And okay, so now let's start building the automation itself. I think I haven't missed anything, but if I do, I will find out after we start. Actually, we want to update the Airtable. We want to add a few things. So we want to add a date column. I think maybe if there is a current date. Created time, exactly. Local, include time. No, we don't need the time itself, but we need the date format. So created date. So this will be automatic. Okay. And we'll want to create another one that is auto number, to create automatic quote numbers. Quote number. Perfect. Okay. All right. Now let's go ahead and create the automation. Go to make.com. If you don't have an account, just go ahead, search for make.com, or I'll add a link in the description, and create your account. Then go to scenarios and create a new scenario. So this is where we'll build the automation, and every scenario starts with a trigger. So our trigger is the Jotform submission. So search for Jotform, click here, and click on watch for submissions. And now we need to create a webhook and a connection to Jotform. So let's do it. Click on create a webhook, and we'll first need to create a connection. So click on create a connection, and we'll need to get an API key from Jotform. So let's go back to Jotform and click on your icon on the right side. Click on settings, search for API, click on create new key, change it to full access in the permissions, copy the key, go back to make, paste your key, click save. Nice. And then in the theme, select whatever, no theme, and the form that you created. So in our case, it's service inquiry. Click on save. And this creates a webhook, which is like an address where the information needs to be sent from Jotform in this case. So click on show address, copy the address, go back to Jotform, click on settings, click on integrations, search for webhook, delete everything and paste your webhook, click complete, click on finish, and we want to make sure that this works. So click on publish, open in a new tab, and close this. And first, let's go back to make, click on save, run once, and now it's waiting for information. So let's go to Jotform and submit a form. So fill your name. I already did it before, but just add yours. Click on submit. And nice, we got the information in make, everything works properly. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so next we need to add the information to Airtable. So click on the plus sign over here, search for Airtable, click on create a record, and click on create a connection. So again, we'll need to make a connection with Airtable. Click on Airtable token or key. And let's go to Airtable. Here we need to go to Account, Builder Hub. We'll go to Personal Access Tokens. Click on Create Token. Name your token Make or something else, whatever you want. On the scopes, I'm going to go ahead and add most of them until the schema. And in access, you're going to want to give it access either to all your bases or to a specific base. So I'll click on add a base, select my base, and create a token. Now copy your token and don't click done because you will not be able to see this token again. So go to make, paste your token, click on save, make sure it connects. Okay, let's see if it finds our base. Nice. Select your table. So the leads table is where we'll insert the information from Jotform. And now we need to map the information from Jotform. So in the full name, we're gonna go ahead and search for full name, but we're gonna have to manipulate the data a little bit because this is a collection. You actually want to click on first name, then space, or actually we'll need to add keyword in here. So go to this A icon, click on space, drag it, and go back to the star and map the last name afterwards. Okay, so it will be first name space last name. Now in the company name, we're gonna want to map the company name. Same for email, phone number, full, and services. Let's click on map, and we're gonna map the array of services. So an array is like a list, and in the notes, map the notes, and click on save. Nice. Okay. So now we want to make sure that this information goes into Airtable. So let's go ahead and submit a form. So insert your name, last name, company, all of this, and let's select 2 of these, maybe even the notes, additional points, additional whatever. Submit. Oh, I need to click on run once, but it's okay. So click on run once, use the existing data if you missed it like me. And it seems it goes into Airtable. Let's go to Airtable and make sure. Click on back, click your base, and nice, we got the new record created. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, let's make sure we delete all the irrelevant ones. Delete. Nice. Okay, now we need to click on the plus sign, click on Airtable again, and we want to get this exact record. Click on here, table, and the record you're gonna map from the creator record. So just drag the ID over here, click on save. This will give us the exact record we just created, so there are no mistakes and we're using the correct record. Okay, so now what do we need to do? We need to click on plus and we need to search for the price of these services. So we're gonna create an iterator because the services is an array. So in here we need to select services. Okay, click on save. Now what do we need to do? We need to search their respective price. So click on the plus icon, click on Airtable again, click on search records this time, select your base, and this time we need the prices table because we need to pull the prices from the prices table, and we want to return the service and the price, and the formula will be curly brackets service close curly brackets equals open quotation marks, drag the value of the iterator, close quotation marks, and save. Okay, so this should return the service and the price. And the next thing that we want to do is click on plus. We want to aggregate it into an array. Okay, so a list of the service price. So click on flow control, click on array aggregator, click on the iterator, and we want the service and the price. Right? Your table search records, perfect. Click on save. And now what we want to do, we want to sum up all the services. Okay, so click on tools, search for set variable, call it total, click on the variable value, and we want to do sum. Actually, we first want to map the price from the array. So drag the price. We need the array first. So the array, and we want to pull the price. You can actually call it price, right? Yes. Close it, and we want to sum it up. So outside of the map function, we're gonna write sum, open parentheses and close parentheses, and this will be the sum total of all the services. Now what we need to do, we need to iterate. Okay, so we need again an iterator. We need to iterate through what we got here. So select this array, and we want this time a text aggregator. So again, select tools, look for text aggregator. The iterator will be the source module, and we want to show advanced settings. Click on row separator and select new row. And what we want here is we want to present the service, then a tab. Okay, so this is why we added the tabs in the document. So go here and drag tab. You can also add semicolons, tab, and we want to add the price. So this will basically create our list of services and prices. Click on save. Nice. Now we want to input all this information into our document. Okay, so click on the plus sign, search for Google Docs, and look for create a document from a template. First, you need to make a connection. That's very easy. So click on create a connection and sign in with Google. Just authorize it. Click on your account, click continue, select all and continue, and we're connected. Nice. Now we need to search for this document. So click on here, and I actually have two, so let's make sure that this is the correct one. You can go to the document itself, and after the letter D here and the slash, just copy everything until the next slash. This is the ID of the document, and we can change its name as well. Sales quote for YouTube. Okay, go back here. Maybe we can find it now. No, let's try and update this. Okay, nice. So click on this. Okay, so now you see that make picks up all these fields that we inserted into our Google Docs beforehand. So quote number, you can see it in here, quote number, and we need to fill it up with information from here. So let's start mapping. So quote number, we go to the Airtable get record and we map the quote number. Customer name, we map the full name. The date, so the date, we need to map the date, but as you can see, it doesn't come in the format that we want, so we need to use a formula. So let's go to dates over here. Sorry, this one. Go to format date, and we want to tell it how we want the date to be. So first, let's drag the date over here. So go to the star, go to create a time, and we want to format it as it needs quotation marks, right? Let's make sure. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I want it in the day first, then I'll click on this, month, click on slash, and click on escape because slash here is a search command, and we want year. Okay, so this is for the date. The expiry date will need to take this, copy it over here, and we also want to add another formula on top of this, or actually we'll need to first create the formula and format the final date. So let's start with that formula. So we'll add the formula add days, right? Let's make sure this is the right one. Add days, yeah. Okay, let's delete this. Perfect. Or actually, you know what? Let's put this and add days. See how it goes. Okay. Add days. Delete this, and then you want semicolon, and the amount of days is gonna be 7. Close it. Perfect. Now the list of services is gonna be the text aggregator, and the total will be the variable that we created earlier, and the title we can add a title named quote for, and the name of the prospect. Then select the new document's location, click on save, and let's make sure that this works properly. So let's go to Jotform and submit a new form, and first we need to actually run once so it waits for data. Company name, email, phone, and let's select Instagram, Facebook page setup, and content calendar, and let's submit. Hopefully everything works properly. Okay, so let's go to Drive, and this is the most recent one. Let's make sure everything here looks right. So I already spot something. The quote number is 9. That's perfect. The customer name is okay. The services look a bit messy. We might want to change the template to account for longer names. And the expiry date looks a little bit messed up, so we're going to fix this. But the prices and services look fine apart from the formatting, and the total is fine. We actually need to add the name, the word total, okay, and also add a tab here. So, which I think we did it. Okay, so go back to Make. Click on your document. Okay, so we need to change the expiry date a little bit. So first of all, delete all of this, and we need the add days before the formatting. So add days. What is it? Add days. Your date. So we created time. Add 7 to it. And then outside of it, let's add the format date. So format, where is it? There we go. Format date. Let's make sure everything is written correctly here. Delete this. This is our date, right? And we want to format it as dd/mm/yyyy. Close parentheses. Right, we need to adjust this one. So actually, let's add the word total here and semicolon, and then we'll add a tab. So go here and add a tab between the total and the actual total, the numeric total. Let's go back to our quote template, and let's make sure there is more room for the service name here. So let's drag this a little bit over here, maybe more, because the price doesn't need a lot of room, and we'll need to change our tabs here. So move this over to its new location. Same for the total. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to make, click on save it, and let's try submitting another form. So let's go back to Jotform, open a new tab, and let's change the name a bit. So Juan Garcia, company name, whatever. It's just so we find it more easily. And select social media audit, and that's very long actually. Yeah, we'll need to account for that. Let's select these two for now. Click on submit. We might need to make this shorter in the form itself to make sense, but okay. Click on submit for now. And I didn't run once. And let's see how it goes. Okay, so let's go ahead and search for our document. Drive Juan Garcia. There is too much space here for some reason. Yeah, we'll need to look at that as well. Let's actually have a look for a second. That is interesting because there is a small space here, so I don't know why such a large space. That is kind of weird. Okay, let's open it up, make sure everything is okay. So the date looks better. Today is the 10th of September, and in a week it will be the 17th. Juan Garcia, again, we need to fix this space. Quote number 10 now, as you can see. And this looks better. The total looks a bit off, so maybe we need to play a little bit with the tab here. Let's move it just a bit to the right and make sure they're both aligned. I don't know why it's not aligned. Customer name in here looks fine. This is interesting. Why is it? Oh, I know why. Okay, so in here when we insert the record, there's probably, yeah, there is another space. That is why there's actually more than one space. Let's make sure we have only one space. Actually, you can try without the space keyword. Click save, and now we're gonna turn this document into a PDF. So click the plus, click Google Docs, and search for download. So we want to download this document. The document ID will be mapped from the previous module. So drag the document ID in here, and we want to download it as a PDF. Click on save. Nice. And now we want to email it to the customer. Okay, so if you've got a business Gmail, business Google workspace, you can use the Gmail module, or I'll recommend you use the Gmail module. If you don't, you can use a workaround. And the reason I'm saying this is because Google currently restricts private Gmails without a verification process, and this verification process is not easy to get. So if you go with your personal Gmail, you'll need to reauthorize the connection to, or the permissions to your Gmail every week, and you don't want to do that. So you can look for a workaround. So for me, it's Outlook. Click here, and we want to create and send a message. Create a connection to your Outlook. Just click Save. Just add your information here. Yes, that's fine. Yeah, accept. And nice, we're connected. So let's add the subject. So let's call it quote for the customer's name, which is full name over here. The body. So we can say something like, hey, the full name. Sorry, not the created time, the full name. And we can use a little bit of HTML here. So I don't know how this sign is called. Just type it, click on BR, and this creates a new row. We can create actually 2 new rows. Let's say something like, thank you for inquiring about our services. Again, BR. Actually, we can do 1 BR here. No BR in here. As you requested, here is a quote for your selected, for your required services, or something along those lines. BR, please feel free to reply if you have any questions. Okay, and the reply will go to your Outlook. So the recipient, let's click on add item. Actually, we need to map it, sorry. Recipient will be the email the prospect added. So email, and from, you can add the from, you don't have to. Attachments, again, let's map it, or actually add items, and it automatically maps the previous module. Click on save. What's the issue? Does it have an issue? No. Okay. So click on save, and I think we're ready to test it, the entire workflow. Let's see if it works. Okay. So click on here. Let's submit a new form. Let's call it Juan. I don't know, ABC, company, email, phone, and let's say hashtag and competitor analysis, and click on submit, and obviously run once. So now it's running. Let's make sure everything is fine. I believe it will. Okay, we have a problem. What's the problem? Let's see. array of objects to recipients. Interesting. Okay, so email is an array? No. So what is the issue? Expected to recipients. It wants an array. Okay. It wants an array. That's kind of weird. Okay. So let's add an item. And we're gonna drag because it's a list of emails if we map it, but if we do just one email, it's gonna be fine. So drag the email over here. You don't have to add a name. Click save it, and let's try again. Juan A B C D E testing, the number, Instagram, and hashtag, and let's click on submit. Click on run once. Use the existing data if you didn't run once beforehand. Okay, so it looks like it went through this time. So let's go ahead and check our email. So Gmail, and we got something here. This is for ABC. Actually, that's kind of weird because it was not going through. Okay. Thank you for, okay. Hey Juan ABC, although it was ABCD, right? No, it was ABC. Okay, so it was fine. Thank you for inquiring about our services. As you requested, is the quote for your required services. Please fulfill that. Okay, so let's have a look at the document. So quote number 12, Juan ABC, the space here is fixed. The date is fine. The expiry date is fine. The services look fine. This is still a bit off for some reason. Maybe it has to do with a space. So let's go back to make and click here. And okay, so here we got a space, but this should have been fine. Let's go to the text aggregator. We got maybe 2 spaces here. Yeah, that's the issue. Okay, so that should be fine now, right? We got 1 space in here and 1 space for the total amount, right? Total amount, 1 space. Save it. Try again. If you don't want to see again how I submit Jotform, you can skip forward. That's fine. 1, and let's say ABCDE. Yeah, that's fine. Hashtag submit. Run. Now it should be fine. Hopefully. Okay, let's go to our Gmail. And we got a new email. Perfect. Everything here looks fine. Code number 13. Everything looks perfect this time. Nice. Now, don't forget, if you want the automation to run automatically, you need to set it up. You need to activate it. Okay, so go here. We'll delete the old data because it doesn't matter in our case. Save it to run immediately. And that's it. The scenario is now active. Whew, that was a long one. Okay, guys. So I hope this is helpful to you. If you have any questions about it, just leave them down in the comments below. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I might actually create another video about this, but with more dynamic parameters. without fixed pricing. So it applies to more industries, not just productized services. Yeah, if you want to work with me, just send me an email. I'll leave it in the description below. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye, guys.